Madhavacharya could correct his father also, at the same time could correct Shiv Bhatta. The difference between Shiv Bhatta and his father Madhyagaya Bhatt is Shiv Bhatta gave wrong interpretation, or Madhyagaya Bhatt, Naliniya Madhyagaya Bhatt avoided to avoided a word known as likucha because he could not give the right meaning. So it is better to avoid instead of giving a wrong statement. Somebody has to write in the group that join, the class has started. So in this, so here Madhyagaya Bhatt is appreciated and Likucha Bhatt is connected with his future leelas, future pastimes. In future, there is going to be very great devotees. That is said. Uh, Sumadhva Vijay is written by Narayana Bhattadiri, who comes from Likucha family. His father Trivikrama Panditacharya. He has composed Harivayu Stuti. He also comes from Likucha family. So this Likucha word is very dear to Madhavacharya. Just in the age of 3 years, he could predict that in future he is going to get very great disciples. Now next Leela starts. Stone slabs laid on milk and curd. You can find this in the house of Madhavacharya. On one occasion, Vedavati had to go elsewhere due to some reason. Vedavati, mother of Madhavacharya. She had vessels full of milk and curd. So she was worried cats and rats would spoil them before she returned. So that is why what she did was she left after entrusting their care till her return to Vasudev, who was playing nearby. So she gave this task to Vasudev. And you look after this milk and curd. She returned shortly. There the vessels of milk and curd were not seen, but two big slabs were seen. So what was seen when she returned? Not the pot of milk and curd, but two slabs, big slabs are seen. She wondered. She asked, "Oh Vasudev, what is this? Such large stones. Where are the vessels of milk and curd?" Vasudev, who had just left for play, shouted, "Oh mother, I have placed the stone slabs on the vessels of milk and curd lest they be spoiled." Mother was amazed and thought, "What is this? He is just 4 years. These are big stone slabs. Indeed, he must be Bhima." Now she's completely convinced this boy is Bhima. Because these stone slabs, if you see, when we will be surprised. Such huge stone slabs, how a 4 years boy could lift it. Kunti had the amazement of beholding Mount Shatshringa breaking into hundreds of pieces by mere touch of child Bhima. Is one pastime. Bhima touched a mountain and it broke. On the other hand, this Vedavati had the good fortune of beholding the son of Vasudev, capable of lifting and placing and playfully like and placing playfully like leaves the stone slabs. Just like leaves is picking up the stone slabs. There was no end for such juvenile pastimes of Vasudev. Each one of his deeds was full of novelty. Even in his common activities and play, there was a distinct elegance. The thought that he was neither a human being nor an ordinary god arose in the mind of people who saw them. So he's not an ordinary god. Like Hanuman is not an ordinary god. He is not coming in the category of ordinary Devi Devatas. Mukhya Prana is not ordinary Devi Devata. That we have to understand very nicely. That is why if a person is chanting Hanuman Chalisa, just don't say that he is doing Devata worship because Hanuman doesn't come in that category. Neither he comes the category, Madhvacharya comes in the category of a common human. The words spoken by Anantasana a few years ago by entering into a very ordinary man, the most extraordinary person who could do even to the whole universe, good to the whole universe, would take incarnation in this habitat. So the so a person declares Mukhya Prana has come, is going to do good to everyone. So this came into the memory of few others. They could remember, yes, Lord Himself had proclaimed through a person. Vasudev Tirtha was formed. Now next pastime is Vasudeva Tirtha formed. It was one of the daily rites of Vasudev to take bath in four tirthas. There is Parashutirtha, Dhanutirtha, Balatirtha, Gadatirtha. That is how this Parashu mountain has four tirthas. Parashuram stays there. And with his four weapons, he made these four tirthas. So it was a daily schedule of Vasudeva to go and take bath there. Rain, shine, cold, wind, none could hinder his routine. Every day he used to go and take bath. It was not possible for any obstacle to stand in his way, who is Hanuman himself, and who had flown to Lanka and had brought Sanjeevana. But her son taking daily bath in distant tirthas became a source of anxiety for the mother. She used to say, "Oh Vasudev, do not go daily, that too alone, such a long distance for taking bath." I become helpless with worry. What Vasudeva did was a miracle. When on one day, worried as she was, she stubbornly sat. He scratched the ground on the northwest corner of his house, where his playing stick, with his playing stick. Actually, in the northwest only, you should have toilet, bathrooms. You should know what was to see how perfect was the northwest corner bathing place. Nowadays, anywhere they keep anything. Northeast should be the entry. Our temple is perfectly situated. Northeast is the entry. You see, northwest, you will find the public toilets. Southeast, you should have Agni. Southwest should be heavy things, should be loaded. That is how Vastu Devata is invoked. This is how the Vastu should be. Not in the southeast, you have an entry. North, I went to some house now in Kalyan. It was so horrible. In the southeast is the entry. Southeast is a fire actually. There should not be entry over there. So now see how Vasudev placed. He just scratched with his stick. He scratched the ground with his stick. Even as they were beholding, the ground broke. Pure water started to spring up. To behold the copious supply of water in that place, which had no trace of water, was to the utter astonishment of not only the parents but also the people. And at last there sprang up a Tirtha indeed. This is Vasudev Tirtha. It is the Tirtha created by young Vasudev. Vasudev said, "Oh mother, hereafter my bathing would be in this Tirtha itself. Do not worry." Mother was happy as never before. She had another worry as well. I have obstructed the Tirtha Sthana of such a son of matchless power. She even expressed her sorrow to her son. Oh, I became the obstacle for your fortune. Vasudeva said, "Don't worry, mother. The presence of those four Tirthas is in this Tirtha."
वरचं सगळं काढायची गरज आहे. चार
Mataji, do not talk. Here to the class. If you have on your mobile, here to the class. It is an insult to the class. It is insult not to the class. It is insult to Madhavacharya's pastime itself. Why? Why? You have such a nice fortune of hearing Madhavacharya pastime. So then, here to the pastime. That is more important. These pastimes, nobody is going to again repeat it. Just here to the pastime. If you have on your mobiles, if you are present in the group, see that you are hearing to the pastime sincerely and seriously, wherever you are. So now here, the mother feels, oh, I became an obstacle for my son. But Vasudev told, all these four tirthas are there in this tirtha. Those who bathe in it will earn the merit of bathing in those four tirthas. The words of Vasudev brought joy not only to the mother but also to the people. All of them effortlessly secured bathing in the four tirthas. It was the aim of Vasudev too. It is said once his mother entertained doubt regarding the presence of four Tirthas and Vasudev Tirtha. To clear it, Vasudev is said to have planted a banyan tree upside down, telling she may rest assured of the presence of the Tirthas if the tree grew well. There is one near the Tirtha, you will find a banyan tree also. And, and what he did was, if his words are true, he just planted it upside down. The roots are up, the branches down, a small danda he just planted. Later it happened so, it is said that the tree grew big and instilled complete confidence in his mother. Even now that Vasudeva Tirtha has plenty full of water as on that day. Recently, renovation of Vasudeva Tirtha was done by Shri Vasudeva Tirtha Renovation Committee, and steps are built in it for the convenience of the devotees to take bath and do other rites. Okay, now next is Brahmopadesha. In 5 years, the child is given Upanayanam ceremony, Upanayanam sanskara, that is known as Brahmo Upadesha for the would-be Brahmana. See the sentence what is given. Brahmo Upadesha for the would-be Brahmana. The genius of the person was a cause of astonishment at each age, but resolved. It should not be delayed further. The Upanayanam rite has to be completed. It is the most important rite to be performed by a father to his son. A son would not attain Brahmanahood without its performance. After the performance of the rite of Upanayanam, one is called Dvija or twice born. So it is done in odd years 5, 7, 9. Gayatri, who bestows wisdom, is more important than the mother who gives birth. So Gayatri is given. Mother Gayatri is more important than even the mother who has given birth. That is why it is the Brahmana's duty to chant Gayatri every day. The instruction of Gayatri Mantra bestows eligibility in total measure for the study of all the Vedas. So what it gives eligibility to study the Vedas. That is why Dvija, now it is twice born. To become Vipra means Vishesha Rupena Pragya, he has to study the scriptures. So what is that qualification first? He has to get the mercy of Mother Gayatri, and that is known as Brahma Upadesha. There are no Vedic studies, Brahmanhood, Japa, Tapa, wisdom and accomplishment for a born Brahmana unless he has undergone this ceremony. That is why Upanayanam Sanskara for a Brahmana, for a Kshatriya is very, very important. Even Kshatriya can do three important tasks. Brahmanas can do six. Shadkriya. Three kriyas can be done by Kshatriyas and also to the extent Vaishyas also. Only Shudras cannot do. So Brahmanas can take charity, give charity, perform rituals, teach rituals, give mantra, chant mantra. Other two, Kshatriya and Vaishya, can give charity but cannot take charity. Can perform the rites if Brahmana is not available and can chant mantra. Cannot teach the rituals and or cannot make the other person do the ritual and cannot teach mantra. So this is why Upanayanam has so much of importance, so much importance. The ritual of Upanayanam has the wonderful power to ensure the health of children as well as to ward off the evils indicated by the horoscopes. So seeing the horoscope again is very important. There are some doshas. Those doshas can be removed when the child chants Gayatri. The boys are given this Upanayanam Sanskara. They have the rights to chant Gayatri. Girls cannot do that. Girls have different ways to eradicate their doshas. The daily offering of sanctified water as a part of Sandhya Vandanam is a source of longevity, health, and wealth. So this you sip the water, isn't it? The Achaman is done. This Achaman is very important because 12 names of Krishna is told. It has a spell of turning a stupid one into a genius. So one who performs the Gayatri Sandhya Vandanam very nicely, even though he may be a stupid person, but it has the capacity to make him a genius one. Attainment of special wisdom is certain for a genius. So just see, if you have not given your children Gayatri, then see that you give Gayatri Mantra Brahma Upadesh. Have faith in these sanskaras. It's very important. You may say this is all useless when a person comes to ISKCON. Nothing is useless. At that time, he is given one Gayatri. When he comes to ISKCON, he is given 7 Gayatris. Even to get that 7 Gayatris, he should have the qualification to have at least one Gayatri. At that time, new Brahmin thread is given. So don't think that doing a sanskara, Upanayam sanskara for the children is useless. These are all the most important sanskaras. Now, why Hanuman needs all these sanskaras? He shows. Why Madhava needs, why Hanuman needs. It is shown here that these sanskaras make a person wise and make a person very wonderful. Vedabhimani gods themselves were anxiously awaiting the performance of Upanayanam for Vasudev. All of them were eager to abide in his speech. Their anxiousness was to achieve thereby special accomplishments. An auspicious time was chosen. Members of the family and relatives gathered. Scholars of the Vedas and Vedanta were invited. Festivals would serve their purpose only when such wise men gather. That is why in the festivals one should invite the devotees, their Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. That's very important, and have a small class on the importance of the festival. Even if they come, that itself is so wonderful, so auspicious. Nowadays we see the last card is given to the Shiksha Guru Diksha Guru. First card is given to the Shiksha Guru Diksha Guru after keeping to Lord. That is the most important aspect. If the blessings are there, then the things goes very nicely. It is said here. Is always important. Vedantas invited, scholars of Vedas and Vedantas were invited. So festivals would serve this purpose. The parents accomplish their object by performing the Upanayanam strictly according to the rules. Again, it is very important, not just in hurry. It takes practically 6 to 7 hours for all these Upanayana sanskaras to be performed.
You're not audible, Mataji.
Maybe Mataji have a net issue.
आई थिंक उनका लाइन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, दैट इज व्हाई शी हैज लेफ्ट। अपर्णा माता जी, आप तब तक कुछ कीर्तन चालू रखेंगे?
ठीक है माता जी। हरे कृष्णा, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम सबको। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। ये एक छोटा सा भजन जो उड़ीद में सॉरी गुरुवारपुर में गाया जाता है। कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दना, कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरि, कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दना, कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरि, अच्युतानंद गोविंद माधवा, सच्चिदानंद नारायण हरि, अच्युतानंद गोविंद माधवा, सच्चिदानंद नारायण हरि, कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दना, कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरि, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, राधे 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 राधे, कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दना, कृष्ण गोविंद नारायण हरि, हरे कृष्ण। धन्यवाद, प्रणाम।
माता जी कीर्तन चालू रखना प्लीज।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे,
I came out of it. Okay, till where you are heard? Till where you all have heard? Aruna?
Mataji, Upanayam sanskar is the most important sanskar.
नहीं, rice stick sprouts वो नहीं है क्या?
नहीं माताजी.
Oh, I went on to two past tenses. Okay, so Upanayanam Sanskara was done, very important ceremony. Another one pastime will take dry stick sprouts. So once immediately after the Upanayanam, it happened like this. His father saw Vasudev moving around holding a stick in his hand, asked, "Oh Vasudev, what is this? Why are you moving like this, holding a danda in his hand?" Vasudev said, "I'm going to establish Vaishnava Dharma." His father smilingly said, "This is Kali Yuga. In these times when unrighteousness is reigning supreme, who would listen to your words about God? This is possible if the stick in your hand sprouts." Vasudeva did not speak. At once he planted the stick at a spot in front of the house by digging a pit. He sprinkled some water as well. His father thought it was a playfulness, but in few days only it sprouted. When it became a huge tree, it began to grow into a tree. He realized there is no wonder in what happened, as he said. Indeed, he would establish the Vaishnava Dharma. Maniman, a demon, reborn as a python, a serpent, who was observing all this, could not tolerate. To destroy the tree that was growing, he bit it with his teeth full of poison. But Vayudeva is Amrita. His hands are imperishable. The tree planted by his hands did not dry up. When it was bitten by Manimanta, it grew into a tree as usual. It was indicated of the spread of Vaishnava Siddhanta widely even in Kali. So very wonderful. This tree is there Even today also, the house of Madhya Bhatt is Madhavacharya, the house of Madhavacharya. So we will be seeing this tree also, having darshan of this tree. So here we'll stop. Hare Krishna. I went on to another leela also, Mani Manslin, that we'll do from Monday.
हरे
Today we have wonderful festival. Yeah.
कृष्ण माता जी जो 4 तीर्थ आपने बताए उसमें से परशु तीर्थ, बाण तीर्थ, गदा तीर्थ और फोर्थ वन इज
परशु गदा, परशु गदा, बाण धनु, बाण धनु बाण कहते हैं ना, बाण धनु, धनु बाण
हाँ
परशु
हाँ
गदा।
तो धनु और बाण एक ही हो गए ना माता जी?
आपको एक क्यूअर होता है ना, एक क्यूअर होता है ना, उसको कहते हैं धनु। धनु वो लगाते हैं ना,
अच्छा अच्छा
वो आपको एरो, बो एंड एरो कहते हैं ना, दोनों एक ही है क्या? एक बो होता है और एक एरो होता है ना, आता
हाँ
है कि
हाँ
नहीं
हाँ
आता है? बो एंड एरो
हाँ
देखा है
हाँ
कि नहीं?
माता जी
वही धनु है,
यस
धनु
यस
और
देखा है
बाण।
देखा है।
धनु में बाण लगाते हैं,
जो आगे
इसलिए
का
ओम,
पोर्शन होता है वो ट्रायंगल पोर्शन होता है माता जी,
जो
राइट?
ट्रायंगल नहीं, जो ओम के आकार में रहता है
तीन
उसे धनु कहते हैं, उसे धनु कहते हैं। इसीलिए जब
अच्छा अच्छा
प्रभु राम, जब प्रभु राम आते हैं तो उन्होंने धनु को उठाया। उस धनु को जब उठाया, उस धनु को बहुत सहज रूप से तोड़ दिया। क्यों? धनु ओम है, ओम भगवान से ही प्रारंभ होता है। जैसे ही भगवान को देखे तो ओम भगवान के सामने मस्तक उसने झुका दिया। इसलिए कहा है कि जो बाण उठाया वो ओम, ओम का आकार है, इसलिए ओम, धनु, बाण और गदा और परशु। ठीक है, टुडे वी आर वंडरफुल प्रोग्राम इन Vaishnav God Prabhu's house, clubhouse is organized in a very big way. About 100 people is expecting. So all the devotees are requested to come there. Even if it is late, please come for the Deep Dan. Even if it is 8:30, you come from office, no problem. Please come. We'll be putting that ad in the, and prasadam is there for everyone. That is by default, it should be there only. So don't have to mention also. Every program of ISKCON follows with prasad. Okay. So I'll be putting the address in the group, requesting everyone to come. Okay. Vaishnav Go Prabhu, if you're traveling, it's okay, or if you can unmute and invite
हाँ माता जी,
everyone.
बोलिए।
Invite everyone.
हरे कृष्णा।
You invite everyone.
Yes, yes, please, everyone, please come. Even Raksha Mata, you can also come.
Very nice. Prabhu.
प्रभु
I
जी
will
मेंटली
call
आई एम
Mata
विथ
ji.
यू ऑल, मेंटली आई एम विथ यू ऑल माता प्रभु जी, थैंक यू।
So we'll see.
Mataji, with your permission, I want to come.
Yeah, you
please.
should. You should.
अरे माता जी, आप तो मुझे लगा आप आओगे। परमिशन माता जी, आप ऐसा
Permission
क्या
get.
माता जी को
What is
बैन
this
किया क्या
permission?
सारे आना?
मैंने क्या बैन किया आप लोगों को? You should come.
मालूम नहीं, वो ऐसा बोल रही है परमिशन।
And in fact, you should stay here for 1 week. You have your own house. Stay here
Yes.
for 1 week.
अरुणा
Attend
माता
all
जी,
the
भोसले माता
festivals.
जी के यहाँ भी तो है ना परसों,
I'll
2-3
try,
दिन बाद।
Mataji.
Stay for 1 week till Govardhan. Today, Nainu is also coming. If they come early, they will come and visit and then go. 8:30, their flight lands. So Nainu is also coming. Nainu Manjari, Narayan Damodar, Jhumur, all are coming. If they are coming in time, they will also come. So all of you should be there. And who are all there in the group, I don't have to tell personally. Kusum Mataji, try to come. It can stay back also today. And tomorrow attend wonderful program in temple, morning program. It is Narsimha Tulsi Abhishek. So all the things, it is coming in line. Everything is coming in line. Hare Krishna. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vichakapitaram pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo.
Hare Krishna.